Hi, and welcome to another reading with me, Lena. Today we have another request, and it's all the way from India. It's from Deepa, and Deepa wants to know at what age will they get married. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm up to answering that because with energies being what they are and people changing their paths so often at the moment, I think it's going to have a huge impact on the age that you get married. But they also asked which month are they going to get married and what season will it be, and I think that might be quite a fun one. So if you are planning on getting married soon, or you wanting to start booking wedding dates, I thought we'd look at the month and what the weather might be like. So Deepa, I know it isn't exactly what you asked for, but I think that this might actually give you more insight in the long run than just saying that you get married at this age or that age. So I'm also going to pick other cards, and if I pick up anything about your which might impact on the question, I think we're going to have a look at that too. So the way this is going to work is I've got 5 options for you. We have joy, fortune, acceptance, love, and harmony. And I want you to choose what you most want from your marriage or partner at this time. And then we're going to see the month that you're likely to get married, what the weather might be like, and also how far from now it might be. And that's what I'm going to use the Hanson Roberts for. We're going to be picking 2 cards, and I've got a timing system that I want to try out, and then we'll see how it goes. So let's start with one of these. You can choose joy, fortune, acceptance, love, or harmony, whatever you most want with your partner from your marriage. So let's start with joy. So let us see if we can see the month in which you may get married and what the weather might be like. So it looks like you're going to get married in June, July, in the time of Cancer. I think the weather might be quite good. It might be unseasonably pleasant. So if you're in the northern hemisphere and it's summer and it's usually humid, you might find it may actually be a little bit on the cool side, and it may be that it's just more comfortable than the humidity you're used to. And that if you're in the southern hemisphere, it may be a little bit warmer, and you may find that there's a little bit more rain as usual or than usual, and that it's going to be again very pleasant and not as dry as expected. So June and July for you, the weather should be very moderate and good. And let's see, when is this likely to be? Is it likely to be soon? So we're going to be looking at within a few months, a couple of years, or 2 to 5 years, or more than 5 years. So I'm going to discount the major arcana, and we're just going to be looking at the minor arcana cards. So again, you got a lot of cups, so this should be quite a happy, emotional marriage, one that is more of friendship, or where you feel like your spouse is your best friend. So how soon is it likely to be? I feel it's going to be very soon. I designated cups as weeks to months, and wands would be within a couple of years. So it looks like yours would be very soon because there's more cups than there are wands. So I would say that it should be quite an easy marriage. If you haven't already met them, it should happen within the next 2 years. If you've already met them, you may already be planning it. Maybe it's even this coming June or July. And you might have started planning it in August. So, the last August, or maybe the August coming, you're going to be planning your wedding. So it looks like a beautiful wedding for you. it's within a very short time, within the next 2 years, most likely before then. I feel for the majority of you, it should be within the next 14 to 18 months. And it could be that you decide to get married very quickly, within like 9 weeks or 9 months of actually going out together. So I'm going to put these back into the deck. And that is what you have if you had joy. So lots of joy to you in this wonderful, friendly, harmonious marriage. So let's go on to number 2. Let me just turn them over. So we have fortune, when or what month and will you get married, and what is the weather likely to be like. And you've got King of Cups, inspiration, and you've got the 8 of Wands. So it looks like you're likely to get married in March or April. This would be in the time of Pisces, and this is also a water sign. And then this could be as well in the time of Aries. So it would be sometime between late February till late April. I would also feel that for 1 or 2 of you, very, very few of you, you could have July, August as well, going from the... it could be delayed, that you wanted to have it in March, but you had to move the date and you have it in July, August, because for this card often for me means August. And I think it would be, the weather would be that you might have an evening wedding. It could be a little bit cloudy, a little bit rainy in the morning. I'm thinking fog. And you may be a little bit disappointed, and if you have a marquee outside, or if you're getting married on the beach or by the lakeside, it could be quite muddy and it could be quite wet. But by the afternoon or the late evening, when you're actually having the ceremony itself, it's going to be beautiful, with a beautiful moon or a beautiful sunset, and it's going to be almost exactly what you envisioned when you started planning your wedding. So this would be most likely late February till mid-April, or late July till mid-August. So let's see if this is likely to happen soon, within a couple of months, within the next 2 years, within the next 2 to 5 years, or longer. And you have 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. So this is going to be more than 5 years. It could be that you meet them before and you have, you actually get engaged, but something happens and it's delayed, or you keep having a series of delayed, maybe because there isn't enough finances. And I feel you're gonna have a small wedding, and it's gonna be not in your hometown. It's gonna be kind of far away, maybe on holiday, and it's gonna be a very, very small wedding. And it may be that one of you gets sick, or one of your parents gets sick, and it's delayed for a couple of years. But it also feels that you're already together, so you could be, this is talking about the actual wedding celebration. It could be that you are living together, or you are common-in-law spouses for maybe 10 years before that, for quite a long time, and then you decide to get married. But it seems that every time you make a plan to get married or start discussing it, something happens and it's delayed. But don't worry, the time is shortening. So that is what I have for you. It will be like the weather, it looks a little bit bleak when you actually start planning it, and then when you actually get to it, it's beautiful and magical and lovely. So that is what we have for you if you chose fortune. So if you chose acceptance, which month will you get married? What is the weather likely to be like? So you have the Knight of Swords reversed, endurance, and you have the Lovers. So I'm thinking this is more in the time of June, because these two would be Gemini for me. So it would be mid-May to mid June. For some of you, it could be in the time of, again, August. Again, we have 8 and we have the lion, but this is actually the the Scorpio sign. So for 1 or 2 of you, you could actually get married in November as well. Or you could have more than one celebration. So you could have one with the family, or, you could have a traditional marriage that isn't recognized by your state or the country that you're in. So you could belong to a culture or a religion where your marriage ceremony is not seen as a legal binding, and that would be around June, a late May to June. So perhaps you're Wiccan, or you are Indian, or Buddhist or something, and you're living in a country that only recognizes the Christian rites, and you might actually have your legal marriage in either August or around October, November, something to that effect, where you have both the traditional marriage and then you have your legal marriage, and you got 2 different dates. Okay, hopefully it doesn't mean you're going to get married twice, but that's what I'm picking up for you. And the weather, I think the weather is going to be quite hot. It's going to be quite beautiful. I can see a lot of trees with flowers. So it's likely to be, if it's in like May, June, it may be a late summer, and it could be very spring-like weather that you're having in May, June, or you could be in a very cold climate where the flowers come out after April. The trees, I'm looking at the cherry, I think it's the apple and cherry blossoms, and then for your second ceremony or your second nuptial, it's likely to be quite hot. It may be quite dry. It doesn't feel very humid. I think you're going to have clear blue skies, but could be a little bit dusty. And for some of you, it feels like, I've never been to LA, but I keep getting the word LA. So maybe you get married in the mountains, and then you go into the city and you get your nuptials done, or your legal aspects done. So when is this likely to be? Let me not forget that. So we have within the next 2 to 5 years. These are all swords, so it's kind of definitely maybe during the next 2 to 5 years. I feel that the time is getting shorter. There may be a bit of a delay, but you're generally moving in the right direction, and you're generally already counting down in some aspects. So maybe with your traditional marriage, you are gathering your dowry. I wanted to say diary, but your dowry, or you are, or in Africa, it would be lobola. Or something like that, where you're getting your dowry ready, you're getting your trousseau ready. I think it's called trousseau. If I'm mispronouncing it, my apologies. But you're getting everything ready for your wedding, and it's likely to be within the next 2 to 5 years. You're on track and you're getting there. So that's what I have for you. If you chose, I think it was acceptance. Yes, acceptance. So there you go. So if you chose love, let's look at the month that you're going to get married in. What's the weather likely to be, and is it likely to be soon? So you have the 5 of Pentacles, Charity, and the 8 of Swords. So this one, I'm not picking up anything. It could be, we do have Cancer here, so it could be June or July, but we're not really, this could be also the time of Gemini, May, June. But I'm feeling that, you know, you may make plans, but it won't happen. The person that you're thinking of, you're not going to marry this person anytime soon, or whatever engagement you had is likely to be broken off, and it's likely to work out to your benefit. It could also be that you're not ready for marriage. So I'm not picking up anything with love. But let's see if we can see anything with the tarot cards about when you might, how many years it might be before you are ready for marriage, or how many years from now are you likely to be ready for marriage. So we've got, you know, I think you need to do a lot of work on yourself, because it's old. We've got very soon, we've got more than 5 years from now, and getting towards 10 years, and we've also got 2 to 5 years. So you haven't decided yet. I think you're just watching this video out of, you know, just out of fun, just to see. You're not really seriously envisioning your marriage, so I can't really pick it up. So you have to still decide what love looks like for you, and what you want, and whether you actually want to get married. And then you also have a lot of work to do on yourself, because it's going to take, you know, you got to start now, and you may already be working on it, but it's going to take more than 5 years for you to reach the point where you feel like you're ready to have this kind of love that is long-lasting in your life. I feel that you actually enjoy being single, and that, you know, maybe you're watching it just because your boyfriend or girlfriend brought up the question, and now you're kind of wondering about it. So I don't think this one here that you're going to be, you know, I can't pick up anything about your marriage just now. So when the time is right, come and watch this video again. Okay, so that was for option number 4. So option number 5, which month will you get married in? What is the weather likely to be like? And is it likely to be soon? So let's look at harmony. So you've got death or Scorpio. You've got health, and you got the 2 of Swords reversed. So I would say between September and November is most likely the time that you're going to get married. For 1 or 2 of you, it could be in June, or it could be, it could be in June, but most likely in between September and November, because this would be Scorpio. So a lot of you are also likely to get married during the time of Virgo, September, October. Is that right? No, August, September. So between August, September, or November. I'm not picking up Libra so much, though this could be a Libra card, but for some reason I feel not so much Libra. More October, November, and August, September. So the weather is likely to be very changeable. I feel that maybe the reason why September, October, the time of Libra is out, is because there's going to be severe storms, and that even if you do book within that time, there may be cancellations, or it could be that it's moved into November when the weather settles down, because I'm getting like severe winds, severe waves, because it feels like, even though this looks like the desert, it feels like many of you are going to be near the sea, and it's October, November can be the start of the winter storms. So in certain cases, so this could be, you have more of a chance of having better weather if you have your if you've already planned your wedding, or you're planning your wedding for the end of October and early November, or in September, August, September. So I'm also getting, with the flies here, if it is in the desert, if you're in, the Middle East, or if you're in Australia, even some places in Canada, I think, like up in the tundra regions, there may be some kind of a severe outbreak of some kind of insect population at that time. It could be ants, it could be flies. It's also likely to be mosquitoes, so make sure you got all the insect repellent with you. So if it's like August, September, it could be that late summer in the northern hemisphere is going to bring out all the mosquitoes or keep them out. It could even be midges. But it's you definitely need insect repellent for this wedding. Okay, sorry about that. Even if you're indoors, you need it. And those little blue lights that keep away the flies. And for one or two of you, you may be in a water restricted area, especially I think if you, I don't know why I'm thinking New Zealand, but I was actually meaning to say Australia, but maybe like I said, it's you have to improvise a lot with what you have, and it feels very outdoorsy, or that it will have the effect of being outdoors for some reason. And it could be because some of the facilities may be affected by the storm. It doesn't mean that your wedding's not going to be fun. It's just going to be maybe not exactly the way you planned, and that you need to you chose harmony, and this card is like you need to make decisions quickly and improvise. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to end up being almost like a camping wedding. So it's going to be a very adventurous time, I think. So is it likely to be soon? We again have mostly swords. And so it's going to be between 2 to 5 years. It could be a little bit longer for a few of you because you're working on your career, or you need to build something. So again, I feel that you're going to get married or very close to your marriage date. There might be a severe storm. Maybe if you're in New Zealand, hopefully you don't have an earthquake. But it's the kind of thing that is going to upset the structural building. And some of you may delay your wedding, or maybe the venue is no longer available. But for others of you, it will be between 2 to 5 years. And then for some of you, it will be more than 5 years. It could be even up to maybe 8 years or something like that. Sorry, I should have discounted this card and just pick another one for it. So I still think it would be between 2 to 5 years. And for some of you, it could be that one or both of you works in some kind of emergency services. And maybe that's why I'm picking up this like severe weather, or some kind of, major natural event that is going to put a delay to your plans. Maybe, I don't feel it's fires. It feels more like it's water or earth-based, and most likely, it's heavy winds and stuff like that. So it could be that it's similar to one of the others where it's delayed. I think it was this one, number 2, where it every time you make a plan, it's delayed, and then when you do happen to have it, it's not very traditional, and it's very different, and it's it's different. Okay, so that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And Deepa, I hope you got your some kind of message or guidance from it. And if you haven't, then that's okay. It's not the time for us to know, or I'm not the reader for you. So thank you so much for your support, for liking and subscribing. And have a great time and have a great wedding, no matter what the weather is. And take care and keep those vibes high. Bye.